Hey, Teddy K here for Best Buy Plugin, and in this video review we take a look at the Razer Phone, a highly spec smartphone that's got all the internals inside to play the best Google Play has to offer.
For Razer, this is uncharted territory. A smartphone. Not something that you would commonly see in their lineup. Razer's come up with all kinds of interesting ideas, they've made really good products, and they're very well known for good reason in the gaming industry. But a smartphone's a totally different animal. And they've done it in a way that's really interesting, but not surprisingly focused on gaming and making gaming on a mobile device even better than it already is. Naturally, gaming is going to be the main focus, and without question, it is the first and last reason that you should buy this phone. I'm going to get into that a little bit more, but the main thing here is that you need to know is that the phone's design is centered on that. So the 6-inch display, LCD, not OLED, again, primarily for gaming. 8 gigs of RAM. We have a 120 hertz refresh rate. You got to choose that. It's not on by default, but you can choose that in the settings. And you can actually select which game you want to work on that refresh rate. Very, very cool. There's a game booster app, which I'll mention in a bit. And then we have the stereo speakers with Dolby support. So, not to mention the Snapdragon processor. I mean, this thing is fully loaded for gaming. It is made for that reason, clearly. So any game on Google Play will play on this thing like with ease. That was my experience. I never had any issue with any slowdowns, any lag, nothing. Everything was great. So for that reason, I would say you got to think of gaming first before anything else. I mean, don't get me wrong, Netflix, streaming video, YouTube, all of that looks great on this device, and that is a bonus on top of things because again, you have the HDR support too. So it's all good, you know, no problem. But again, I got to go back to the gaming side because ultimately that's where everything begins and ends. I played a number of games on it just to test things out. If you're a casual gamer, I wouldn't go with this. You need to be into games a lot. You need to be wanting to play all the time. It needs to be a big part of what you do on a mobile device. Now, having said all that, there is one downside, and it is the camera. The camera is just, it's subpar. It's mediocre. It's just not, it's not a flagship quality camera by any stretch. You'll get some decent shots in daylight. When you have good light outside, you'll get good shots. Indoors, things turn out to be dull. And in low light, I just couldn't get a good shot. There is a telephoto lens. Again, on the spec sheet, everything looks impressive, but in practice, it's not. Whether Razer can fix any of that with a smartphone update, with a software update, then that remains to be seen. I've not seen anything so far, so I'm going to conclude that this could be the best the camera can be. And unfortunately, it's just not good enough. So, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I know, gaming, right? That's the only reason to get this phone. You need to be into that in a big way to go with this. Otherwise, there are a number of other smartphones that you can get that would be just fine for what you need to do. But if you want to take the gaming side to an extra level, the Razer Phone is by far the best phone I've used for gaming specifically. And that's my review of the Razer Phone for Best Buy Plugin. I'm Teddy K. Thanks for watching.